Welcome back to another episode of the world famous podcast, the Storyteller Studio. I go by the name of T. Hems. Thank y'all for coming back and tapping in with us for another week. Sorry about last week we didn't have an episode. I was feeling a little under the weather, but yeah, it's been crazy, man. It's been a lot going on. Another heavy loaded week. Well, tonight is we're gonna do something different. No, this is week 6 of the NFL season. We've been talking a lot about football these past 6 weeks. Right now, the New York Giants are taking on the Philadelphia Eagles in New York. The Giants are up 13-10 with about 9 minutes left in the second quarter. Jalen Hurts has thrown a touchdown, and Jackson Dart has already scored a wordy. But tonight we're gonna do something different. Waiting on my guy Philly Streets to pull up. He's should be pulling up soon. Um, we're gonna get right into some NBA to talk. Today we're gonna do a preview of the 30 teams in the NBA and see which team and where everybody's trajectory will be and how each of these teams will end up. Right now, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment on the podcast. Right now, we are also live on YouTube as well as StreamYard. But let's get right to the shits, man. We're gonna get right to it. Um, the Atlanta Hawks, man. The Atlanta Hawks, they have revamped their roster in the offseason with some key additions to join their young and emerging talent. Key additions this offseason, they signed Nikhil Alexander Walker from the Minnesota Timberwolves, Nafali Dante, who was a free agent, Luke Kennard, and a big trade from the Celtics, Chris Porzingis. They also drafted Asa Newell with the 23rd overall pick, acquired via trade. They lost Kobe Buffkin, Clint Capella, Karis LeVert, Terrence Mann, Larry Nance Jr., George Niang, and as well David Roddy. And Garrison Matthews was another guy they picked up as well. The Atlanta Hawks finished 40-42. They were eighth in the Eastern Conference. They lost in the play-in tournament to the Miami Heat. But no team is more familiar with the SoFi playing tournament than the Atlanta Hawks, who made their fourth appearance all in a row last season. In 2022 and 2023, the Hawks earned playoff berths via the play-in tournament, but were ultimately eliminated in the first round. In 2024 and 25, Atlanta's season ended in the play-in with the number 8 Hawks 2025 campaign, um, ending in play-in losses to the number 7 Magic and the number 10 Heat. As the Atlanta looks to avoid a fifth consecutive playing appearance, the Hawks revamped their roster in the offseason with some key additions to join their young and emerging talents. Um, After leading the league in assists last season, their superstar point guard Trey Young had some new running mates to drop dimes to after the Hawks acquired Chris Porzingis from the Boston Celtics, Nikhil Alexander Walker from Minnesota Timberwolves, and a sharpshooter Luke Kennard this summer. This trio joins a new core from last season's steal leader and Kia most improved player Dyson Daniels, and last year's number 1 overall pick and Kia Rookie of the Year runner-up Zachary Richardson, and a healthy Jalen Johnson, whose breakout season was cut short by a season-ending um, shoulder injury. The offense will still be run through Trae Young, who led the NBA in assists with a career high 11.6 per game last season, while earning his All-Star nod. Um, I believe this will be a breakout year for Jalen Johnson. I think Jalen Johnson has the opportunity to be an All Star this year. He was having an incredible season last year, but due to injuries, he got hurt, and we shall see where he goes from there. But let's get right into the next team. Last year's NBA Finals champion, the Boston Celtics. Um, The Boston Celtics record, they were 61 and 21, second in the Eastern Conference, and they lost in the conference semifinals to the New York Knicks, who ended up losing in the Eastern Conference Finals to the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers went to the finals and lost to OKC. Championship expectations engulfed Boston before last season ever began, as bringing back virtually their entire winning roster. The Celtics spent the regular season proving that they could become the NBA's first repeat champions in 7 years. But they ran into a resilient New York Knicks team in the Eastern semifinals, and Jason Tatum's Achilles injury changed the complex of the 2025-26 team for the franchise. Forced to proceed without their five-time All-NBA forward, Boston retooled for the season ahead by swapping out pricey stars for more affordable talents. This is not the Celtics roster that many expected to have entered last year's playoffs, but proven scorers remain in the picture as the group looks to remain competitive in the East. Here are some additions that the Celtics added. They added Chris Boucher from the Toronto Raptors, Luca Garza, Josh Minot, and a trade for not Jay, damn, I forgot the nigga name. Drew Holiday was traded for Anthony Simons. Drew Holiday is now in Portland, so Anthony Simons is the new starting guard in Boston now. Celtics also drafted Hugo Gonzalez with the 28th pick, Amari Williams with the 46th pick, Max Shugler with the 57th pick. Departures, they waived J.D. Davison. Drew Holiday is now in Portland. Al Horford, he's now in Golden State with Steph Curry and the Warriors. Lou Cornett, he is now San Antonio Spurs. Wemby and Kristaps Porzingis was traded to the Atlanta Hawks. So 3 of 5 starters from the 2024-25 season will not take the parquet floor for Boston on opening night. That leaves the door wide open for fresh faces to step up and support stalwarts Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Peyton Pritchard, last year's Sixth Man of the Year, while the city awaits Jason Tatum's return. Jaylen Brown, in particular, will likely have an even larger role in the offense. The four-time All-Star averaged 22 points per game last year, his sixth consecutive season averaging 20 plus per night, and could threaten his own career high mark of 26.6 set during his second team All NBA 2022-2023 campaign. I believe the X factor for this team is going to have to be Peyton Pritchard. Um, he was the sixth man of the year last year. He had 14 points per game, and he shot 47% from the field. Also, I think this is a year that Anthony Simons could also step his scoring up. He also could probably average 20, at least 18 to 20 points a game because, playing in Portland, which was like basketball purgatory, he's been in the league a few years now, and he's also learned from a legend, future Hall of Fame guard, and Damian Lillard. Now Dame is back in Portland now, and hopefully Dame can possibly maybe see the court this year. I know he's supposed to be out for the year, but I think the Blazers could compete for that playing tournament. But without Jason Tatum, I do believe Tatum will be back. He's back on the court. He was dunking. There's a video that came out earlier today of him dunking and trying to get back on the court as soon as possible. I think he might be back at least by December or January. But we'll see with the Celtics, man. The East is up for grabs this year. As the Cavs have retooled, the Knicks have retooled, the Orlando Magic has retooled, the Detroit Pistons has retooled. The Pacers and the Bucks, they kind of had big injuries. So, excuse me, we shall see. Moving on. The Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn Nets, one of the worst teams in the East or in the NBA. They lost 56 games last year and won 26. They were last in the East. Brooklyn entered last season knowing it could be a transitional one, and it was. The Nets cycled through 44 starting lineups, searched for an offensive identity, and ultimately finished in the bottom seven on both ends. They flashed stretches of promise, a top 10 offense early in the season, followed by the league's number one defense for 4 weeks before the All Star break, but never sustained either. With a mix of newly acquired veterans for the and five first round picks from the 2025 draft, Brooklyn enters the season aiming to develop young talent while improving on last year's record. They re-signed Tyrese Martin, a team option exercise, Dayron Sharp, Cam Thomas, Drew Timmy, Zaire Williams, Jalen Wilson, uh, also, they added Kobe Buffkin. Not who's sure that is. Hayward Highsmith. They got him in a trade. He used to play with the Miami Heat. Terrence Mann, and they also traded Michael Porter Jr. They got him from the Denver Nuggets. But we shall see what happens with their team, man. Uh, Brooklyn Nets. They also had my boy D'Lo, he's now with Dallas with Anthony Davis and Klay Thompson and those guys down there. Cooper Flag, number one overall pick this year. Hopefully, we will see Kyrie Irving at some point this year. But we shall continue to see what happens. Moving on, let's go to Charlotte. The Charlotte Hornets. Their record was 19 and 63. They were 14th in the East. They missed the playoffs once again. The Charlotte Hornets win total dropped for the fourth consecutive season as injuries ravaged the roster, including season-ending ailments for young stars LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller, and sent Charlotte back to the draft lottery and extended the league's longest active playoff drought to 9 years. It's a long time. With its young core healthy and the addition of key veterans to balance the roster under second year coach Charles Lee, the Hornets will see growth during the 2025-2026 season as they solidify a foundation for future success. They re signed Trey Mann. They added Pat Connaughton from the Milwaukee Bucks, Spencer Dinwiddie, Mason Plumlee, and they made a trade from Utah Jazz to get point guard Colin Sexton. They drafted Duke star Con Canuple with the fourth overall pick, Liam McNeely with the 29th pick, Sion James, and Ryan Kalk Brenner with 34th overall pick. A few guys here I'll name that they lost. Steph Curry's younger brother. He's now playing with his big bro in Golden State. Daquan Jeffries, Vasilij Minchik, Yusuf Nurkic, Josh Okogie, Nick Smith Jr., and Mark Williams. With the number fourth pick in the draft, Charlotte added Duke sharpshooter Con Canuple, who should help boost the Hornets' three-point percentage, which is ranked 29th, the 21st, 28th in each of the past seasons, respectively. Respectfully. The Hornets also drafted Ryan Kalkbrenner, Liam McNeely, and Sion James, who are all a part of Charlotte's NBA 2K26 Summer League Championship squad. Let's see here. In addition to re-signing Trey Mann, the Hornets added some established veterans, Colin Sexton and Pat Connaughton via trades, as well as free agents Spencer Dinwiddie and Mason Plumlee to complement the young core built around LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller. But for the X factor, LaMelo Ball has to stay healthy for this team. He has to, as well as Brandon Miller. These guys have dealt with injuries a lot, and hopefully they can stay healthy. But moving right along, our Chicago Bulls. Chicago's core is all 25 years or younger, as the Bulls look to their cast of fresh faces to carve a new path. Bulls record this past season was 39 and 43. They were 10th in the Eastern Conference. They lost in the play-in tournament to the Miami Heat. Chicago's end of the season sprint ranked among the best in the league as they won 15 of their final 20 games. That was better. That was a better finish over the span than the Eastern Conference leading Cleveland Cavaliers and the third place New York Knicks. However, inconsistency early in the 2024-25 season kept them down in the standings, and despite qualifying for the play-in tournament, they wound up falling on that stage for the third consecutive year. After saying goodbye to Zach Levine in a midseason trade to the Sacramento Kings, Chicago embraced rising star Josh Giddey, Matas Buzelis, and Kobe White as the centerpieces of what's to become. That showed in the franchise quiet offseason as it hunts for a return to the playoffs. This offseason, the Bulls were signed Javon Carter, player option exercise. Josh Giddey got a 4-year, $100 million deal, and Trey Jones. They made a trade. They traded Lonzo Ball to the Cleveland Cavaliers in a swap to get Isaac Okoro. They drafted from France Noah Esengu with the 12th pick and Lachlan Olbrick, the 55th pick. Departures obviously is Lonzo Ball and also Taylor Horton Tucker. The Bulls largely sat back and watched the Eastern Conference landscape change around them. With four of their top six scorers in Kobe White averaged 20.4 points per game, Nikola Vucevic 18 a game, Kevin Huerter 13, and Ayo Dosunmu 12 were already locked up entering the offseason. They're resigning Trey Jones to a reported 3-year deal, and after months of negotiations and restricted free agency, they brought back Josh Giddey on a 4-year deal. The X factor this year for these guys, to me, is going to be Kobe White. Also, Bulls coach Billy Donovan was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame this last month as a part of the class of 2025. The X factor for me for this team is going to have to be Kobe White. In his seventh year, went on a second half tear last season and was a big part of the Bulls' late season surge. He scored at least 20 points in 18 of 19 contests from February 28th to April 6th, and his six outings of 35 plus points surpassed his combined career total entering 2024 and 2025. The Bulls were 9-0 in games where Kobe White scored 30 or more. Speedy White ups the tempo and is tough one-on-one. One second. Sorry, y'all. Somebody texted me. Um, Damn, I don't even know how to share this shit. Oh, damn. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Shit. I hate when I do this. Pardon self. Pardon self. Let's get right back to it. Yes, Kobe White has to be the X factor this year for the squad. Hopefully, he can continue being a 3-point threat, and the Bulls can try to move on from a guy like Patrick Williams and some other guys, but we shall see. All right, moving right along. Um, Damn, the number one. Oh, damn. Yo,
Yo, what's going on, man?
what's good, bro?
Tired, long day, man. Long day.
Man, definitely a long,
I
long
ain't gonna
week.
lie to you.
Shit,
Nah, facts. Facts for
definitely has
real.
been a long week. Absolutely, man. But yes, we back another week, another another week in sports. Been a lot going on, some trades going on. It's been a lot happening, but we're gonna get
Mm-hmm.
right into it, man. Right now, the New York Giants are playing the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are up 17-13
Mm,
with a minute left. Jackson Dart is actually looking good tonight. I can't lie about that.
dang.
Uh, yes, he threw for a touchdown and ran for one in the first
Damn, for
quarter.
real?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah. So the Eagles are down. The Eagles are up 17-13 right now. The
Whoa.
minute left in the second half before halftime. So Giants actually look pretty good so far. But
Real quick, I just want to chime in. Breaking news. I don't know if you've
yeah,
seen it. Paul Pierce was just arrested for a DUI.
damn, really? I did
Yeah,
not
I
know.
just seen. It just came up right when you were talking right now. Just
Wow,
got that from ESPN.
that
That's
is crazy.
insane. That's crazy
Paul
work.
Pierce, bro. What the hell?
Right. What is you on, bro?
Yeah,
Wow.
he wilding. Super
He
wild.
definitely be wilding. He be doing too much.
Yeah, he be wilding. I be watching his podcast from time to time. He be
For
saying some
real.
wild shit on there, but talking about some
He,
relationships. I be like, what the
oh,
fuck?
no, oh yeah, nah, yeah.
Yeah,
He don't
he be
nah,
wild.
but he is tweaking.
Super tweaking.
So where you at,
Yeah, but,
man? You
I was
did you
just
start
running
anything yet?
down. Oh yeah, I was doing a little some Eastern Conference predictions. I left off on Cleveland. I had just did the Bulls prediction.
Oh,
Um, let me see where I left there. Hold on real quick.
yeah.
All
For
right,
the
so,
real quick, my bad for the
yeah,
viewers out
go.
there. Anybody listening? I just got in. I just got off work. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? So that's why I'm kind of late getting in here. But we in here though.
we good,
We
we
getting
good
shit cracking.
for sure. All right, we getting into first topic of the night. We're doing some Eastern Conference and Western Conference predictions for most of the teams that we think will be contending for a championship this year. This NBA season is 2 weeks away. I don't know if you got a chance to see the Bulls so far. The other night, I watched them play Cleveland.
I was
They
working,
won 118,
unfortunately.
117. I was too, but I actually got a chance to
I
see the
missed
end
it.
of that game. Um,
I think they're playing
Bulls
right
look
now,
pretty
right?
good. I think yeah, they're playing Cleveland again tonight. Actually,
Okay.
also all my baseball fans, Cubs. I know just started. Hopefully they win tonight to keep their season alive. Late start. I actually thought they played earlier today. Like I didn't know they were playing this late. So
Yeah,
shout out
I
to
was
them.
I was at the game yesterday. A couple people were saying it was a late start for tonight's game.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Hopefully they win the game tonight and keep the season alive. But I want to give a big shout out to Asia Wilson, man. I watched that whole game last night. She was cooking the Phoenix
He
Mercury, bro.
said she was cooking.
34 and 14.
That
Her
is
and Jackie
insane.
Young, like, wrap this shit up, bro. It's a sweep. Like, that girl is the face of the league for a reason, bro. Like, she was getting busy. Turnaround jumper
Definitely.
with point 0.8 seconds left, and they won that game by 2 points. They really almost lost because the Mercury were coming back. Kalia Cooper went on a run, and they was
Mhm.
getting back in the game around Alyssa Thomas. But I think this is their championship to win, man. Definitely. I
Oh
think
yeah,
tomorrow is game 4 in Phoenix. I think they play tomorrow night on ESPN. So all WNBA fans, y'all tune into that. That's cool. It's been a great playoffs this year for those ladies. It's been a lot of great series so far. But
yeah,
let's get right into the Cleveland Cavaliers. As they fell short in the semifinals to the Indiana Pacers. They were the number one overall team in the East last year with a 64 and 18 record. Um, they scored the eight most points in NBA history to a East best 64 wins, two shy of their franchise record. Cleveland led the conference for 165 straight days, and it was the only team to produce three All Stars, who were Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, and Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley as well won Defensive Player of the Year, and Kenny Atkinson was named Coach of the Year. After they swept Miami in the first round of the playoffs, the Cavs season ended in the Eastern Conference second round for a second straight year, falling a 4-1 to the Indiana Pacers. Now Cleveland's running it back with a key pair of additions, looking to translate its regular season success into a deeper postseason run. This summer they resigned Sam Merrill. They traded for Lonzo Ball.
yeah.
Um, Thomas Bryant and Larry Nance Jr. They brought him back. He was there, I think, when LeBron's last tenure, he was there during that time period. They drafted Tyrese Proctor with the 49th pick. and Salu Niang. I'm not sure who that is.
I
But
was
they
about to say I
lost.
don't know who Buddy is.
Yeah, he
Never
sound like
heard of
he's
him.
from China or some shit.
Facts.
But they departures. They lost Javante Green, former Bull, Ty
Mm-hmm.
Jerome, Chuma Okeke, and obviously Isaac Okoro and Lonzo Ball being there. But what's your take on the Cavs this year? Where do you see them ending up?
Um, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I think the thing with them in the playoffs, I believe, was injuries. If I'm
Yeah,
correct, yeah,
Darius Garland and
yeah.
Mobley got hurt in that Pacers series.
I see them right back as being towards the top team, top of the one of the top teams in the East.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, I
I
mean,
agree.
health. If you is how it comes down to health. Think with them, they're relatively healthy the whole season. I'm pretty sure they'll be all right.
Yeah.
For sure. Um, you got Spider over there. You got Donovan Mitchell. He gonna do his thing.
Mhm.
Garland gonna do his thing. Mobley. I think Mobley. He gonna be the X factor for them. I think he gonna take another
Yeah.
step up in the right direction. I don't know. I could have sworn I seen something earlier. I don't know if it was on TikTok. I was scrolling, and somebody said Evan Mobley maybe in the MVP talks.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I was like, yeah, boy, I don't know
Maybe
none.
defensive player of the year, but
Right,
I don't
yeah.
know about MVP
Hey,
because
and then I was almost
it's a
kind of
lot.
like, nah. Hey, I was
He
about to. I
gonna
was
have to
like,
score like 30 or
yo,
25 or
real
something like
talk.
that.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. I was like, yo, I was about to get in their ass. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, yo, you sure you not talking about defensive? Like
Yeah,
defensive
probably
player
defensive.
wise? Like,
He won
I
it
give
last
you
year for
that.
sure. For
Right, I
sure.
give you that, but
Mhm.
MVP, no, no,
Right.
no.
Yeah, I don't see that happening. I think them getting Lonzo Ball, that was a huge move for them because I feel
Hmm.
like they needed another guard that could run the floor, keep the pace going, and really get others involved.
Yeah,
I feel like that was a missing thing for them last year. I think they put a lot of pressure on Donovan Mitchell, and coming to the end of the playoffs, they had he got tired. To me, it seemed like
yeah. He was that
he was
man.
long
Just
winded. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, but I think Darius Garland to me has to be the X factor for this team because he was All Star last year, and he has to stay healthy. He got to take over for game. If Garland don't got it going, if Mobley don't got it going, if Jared Allen or the rest of those guys not scoring, like if they don't got a rhythm, he has to keep the pace. You know what I'm saying? I think he
Yeah,
needs to average at least 22, 23 points this year.
and he
Like
could definitely do that.
he could
He
do it.
could
He
do that,
averaged 20 this past year, so
bro.
he
That's what I'm
can take it
saying.
up 3, 4 more points. And Donovan Mitchell was an MVP candidate last year. He averaged at
Yeah.
least 25 to 27 points a game. He's proven. So I think the Cavs will be a top four team in the East. I think Orlando will be right up there with them. I think the Atlanta Hawks improve; they'll be up there,
Hmm.
and also the Knicks as well.
Yeah.
I'm saying so. We're gonna see, and Detroit. I think Detroit.
Detroit.
We're gonna talk about them next. They
Yeah. I like it, man. I like Detroit,
I
man.
love what they did this summer as well. The Pistons, they had a 44-38 record. They were sixth in the Eastern Conference. They lost in the first round to the Knicks. The Pistons had much to be proud of in their 2024-25 season. In just one season, Detroit went from the worst team in the league to clinching a playoff spot without having to go through the SoFi play-in tournament to do so. Their postseason run might have been short, but the Pistons still managed to notch the first playoff win since 2008 and nearly pushed the New York Knicks to a game seven in the first round. Detroit's turnaround could be attributed to the development of its young core players, most notably All-Star Cade Cunningham, who increased his points per game, averaged over 23 this past year, and his first All-Star nod. The 23-year-old star is tasked with making sure his squad builds on the last season's success. This summer, they re-signed center Paul Reed. They added
Hmm.
Javante Green, Karis LeVert, and Duncan Robinson from the Miami Heat in a sign and trade. They lost Simone. Fontecho.
Francesco,
Yeah,
yeah, Fontecchio,
yeah, Fontecchio.
yeah,
Tim
Fontecchio.
Hardaway Jr. He's now in Denver. Dennis Schroeder, he's in Sacramento, and Lindy Waiters, and hopefully Malik Beasley is unsigned as well with them.
Your boy.
Yeah, he beat them allegations. By the way,
Hmm. He did. Shout
for
out to him
me,
beating them allegations.
I think the X factor for them is gonna be Jaden Ivey. He was hurt most of
Yeah,
last year.
a
He
good
got
young player too.
he broke his fibula, so that was a tough injury to come back from.
Yeah,
He's a guy that could push the pace. He gets up and down the floor. He's a high riser, and he can shoot the three. And I think with them
yeah,
getting a guy like Duncan Robinson, that and Karis LeVert, these are two guys that can create their own offense, and they can score in bunches as well. So,
yeah, for
but
sure.
do you see the Pistons in this bunch as the season's on the horizon?
I see them like middle of the pack, 4 or 5. I see
Yeah,
them like
I would say
right
the same.
around there. You know what I'm saying?
Around.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm trying to. I would definitely make that trip to Detroit to watch them play.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna. I ain't gonna hold you. I was already thinking about it.
absolutely.
I'm a big fan of Cade Cunningham. Big fan of
Okay,
him.
okay, it's
Big fan
nice.
of his game. Yeah, his game, the way he carries himself.
Hmm.
And him just showing that leadership. You know what I'm saying? Because he's definitely done that
Absolutely.
for them. But yeah, I got them like 4 or 5 range. You feel me?
Yeah,
That's pretty much where I got them at.
yeah.
In all honesty, I'm just glad that basketball.
Hmm.
Basketball's back. I love football, but I'm keeping it being like,
Yes.
look, on the betting tip, it's been
Yeah, it's been nice for
it's
sure.
been s- trash. But no, it's
It's
just
been
good to see
nice.
basketball back. I just want to throw something out there. I don't get off topic, but
Mhm.
I seen a little bit of Ace Bailey. You know what I'm
Yeah, he
saying?
was looking good last night. I ain't gonna hold you.
That man, look,
I got him as rookie of the year. I ain't gonna
I'm not
hold
even
you.
gonna lie. I forgot his ass was 6'10".
Yo,
I
bro.
forgot he was 6'10".
He got a midi, bro. His midi
It's
game is
oh
he
my
was
god,
cooking,
bro.
bro. And I know that's just a glimpse, but
It don't even matter.
that's why I say Utah was the best team for him to land because if he would have went
Yeah, you
anywhere
did say
else,
that. Yeah,
it would have been like, if he would have went to the Sixers, he's playing with Paul George and Maxey and Embiid, he wouldn't have got the same
nah,
looks to get his shit off. You know what I'm saying? Or if he went to the Spurs, it would have been like, oh, it's Wimby and De'Aaron Fox. But I think Utah, that's the best place for him to develop.
yeah,
And
I
I
agree.
think I heard they were trying to move on from Larry Markin, and I heard that today, but I'm not
Mm,
sure who he would go to. But
mm,
it's a lot
yeah,
of contending teams that could use his services. So uh, I'm excited to see Ace Bailey
yeah.
definitely cook this year. But let's move right along to the Miami Heat. Miami Heat, they were 37 and 45 this past year. They were 10th in the East. They lost in the first round. Um, they ended up getting into the in tournament. They beat the Bulls and Atlanta Hawks on the road in consecutive winner go home matchups. Being the first 10 seed to reach the playoffs via playing. Um, it looks like they will probably be a middle of the pack team as well.
Hmm.
They re-signed Kashad Johnson, Davion Mitchell, and Drew Smith. They signed Norman Powell in a trade from the Clippers, and
Solid pickup.
Simone, yes, very solid pickup.
Hmm.
Simone Fontecchio, and they drafted Kasparsa Jakunos from France with the 20th pick. Departures, they lost Kyle Anderson, Haywood Highsmith, Kevin Love. I think Kevin Love's in Utah now, surprisingly.
Wow,
I did
that
see
man,
what I
he
said.
man, he need to retire. Stop
Yeah,
playing. Shit.
he definitely need to retire. And they also lost Duncan Robinson.
Oh, okay,
As you
yeah,
know, last year they moved on from Jimmy Butler era um, to get Andrew Wiggins, Kyle Anderson, and Davion Mitchell.
hmm
This summer They acquired Norman Powell in a three-team trade with the Clippers and the Jazz that sent Kyle Anderson and Kevin Love to those other teams.
aka
Uh,
slow mo.
Norman Powell had a career best 21 points per game last year in LA, adding a scoring punch to Miami alongside All Stars Bam Adebayo and Tyler Hero. They brought back Davion Mitchell, a premier defender, on a 2-year deal, while adding Illinois guard Kasparsas Jakunis in the draft. Jakunis averaged 15 points in uh, 3 games in the summer league, including a 24-point outing in his debut. Hopefully, these moves can rebuild and push the Miami Heat back into contention. But where do you see Miami doing this year in a banged up Eastern Conference?
Well, just off of what you said, they can move up a couple spots. I kind
Mhm.
of see them moving up.
Yeah,
The kid out of Illinois saw a lot of him.
yeah,
Big
he was
Ten,
nice in the
he was
tournament.
nice. Saw a lot of him
Mhm.
last year.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, like you said, banged up Eastern Conference. I think they
hmm
can move up to what? I'm thinking. I'm thinking
they'll
six.
probably be 6, 7 because I mean
That's what I'm thinking. 6 or 7.
they not gonna
I see
be
them by right there.
top four. They're not gonna be where
Nah,
the Knicks, Cleveland,
nah.
Atlanta,
Mm-mm. Yeah, that
and
shit over with.
Orlando. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see them
They might
falling.
as well go in and chill at
They'll probably
6.
be fighting for playing like they have the last
Yeah,
couple of. So
them niggas like playing fucking champions.
yeah,
Like,
every year,
oh, bro, this is
crazy
crazy.
work,
Every year is diabolical, low
super
key. I ain't
crazy.
gonna lie.
I think an X factor for this team for me is going to be Khalil Ware, the rookie they
Yo,
drafted
did you
last
hold
year.
on? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, that kid is
You,
nice.
yo, yo, did you see
That
how he
kid
was
is
moving
nice,
in the
bro.
highlights last night?
Bro, he was getting
I'm like, who
sturdy
is
out there, bro.
this? Yo, I'm like, who is this kid? Like, where'd this come from?
Yes,
You was not moving like that last year, shorty. Like, you
at
was not
all,
doing that.
at all.
Like, where this come from?
Yes, but
Bro. But
among all rookies last
nah,
year, he
I actually, what happened?
I was just going to read off some stats he had.
Oh yeah, go ahead. My bad.
He ranked first in total rebounds with 435, second in made field goals with 233, third in blocks with 62, and fifth in points with 541 points. So yeah,
That kid got a nice future.
yes,
For real.
he's on. If he can stay healthy, a lot of tall guys get injured out the gate, but
Hmm.
him with Bam down there in the front court, they could make some noise down there for sure.
Yeah, I agree.
For sure, for sure. But moving right along, the Orlando Magic. Can Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner lead the Magic on a deep playoff run in the East after back-to-back first-round exits? The Magic's record this past year, they were 41 and 41. They were seventh in the East as they lost to the Boston Celtics in the first round. Um, the trend ended last season as Orlando's promising start was derailed by a series of injuries to young star Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner, and key role players like Jalen Suggs and Mo Wagner. Despite the injuries, the Magic earned the seventh seed in the East via the play-in behind their second-ranked defense. With a young core ready to start a new season, healthy, along with two key additions this summer, the Magic look to resume their ascent toward the top of the Eastern Conference. Uh, this summer, Paulo Banchero got extended. He got his bread as well as Mo
Well
Wagner.
deserved. Hmm.
They added Desmond Bain in a trade for Contavious Caldwell Pope from the Grizzlies, as well as they signed Tyus Jones from the Phoenix Suns. They drafted Jazzy Richardson with the 25th pick, Noah Penda with the 32nd pick. They lost Cole Anthony, Contavious Caldwell Pope, Gary Harris, and Caleb Houston. What is your take on the Magic this year? I know a lot of people saying that they can contend in the East. Where do you see them being in the mix?
Actually, they're actually health wise, they're one of my dark horses.
I agree. They're the sleeper.
I like Orlando a lot. I like the way they're coached. I like the way even through last year's no excuse next man up.
Hmm.
Everybody, whoever played last year,
Yeah.
you know, whoever played, everybody stepped up.
Right.
That starts from the coach. So man, I ain't gonna lie, I got Orlando on some real shit.
I got them top four,
Yeah, Orlando's definitely top four.
especially with Indiana and Milwaukee,
Right.
falling
Right.
off.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton, Dame got hurt. So Boston, with Tatum's injury, like they could easily be top four in these.
For sure. Yeah. So I got them top four. Paulo, another young player. I love his game.
Yeah, P5 was nice, bro.
Man,
Huge fan of it.
he's somebody else. I would definitely pull up to see the play in person.
Absolutely.
Um, I know I keep saying this, but I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to pull up as many games as I can this year
Yeah, I
to
am as
watch
well.
some of these, these up and coming young guys coming into the league, man, up and coming
Yes,
superstars and stuff like that. So
absolutely.
yeah, man. I love this for Orlando as a franchise.
Yeah. I think
Like
getting
for real.
Desmond Bain, that to me was probably one of the best
That was
moves of the
huge.
summer. You getting a
Yeah.
guy who he averaged damn near almost 25 a game coming from
Hmm.
Memphis, playing alongside Ja and Jaren Jackson Jr. And it's only going to help Paolo's game because I think that's what Paolo was missing. As you've seen in
Yeah,
that
that other
Celtics
guy.
series,
Yeah.
he didn't really have a guy that could take over and get his own offense,
Yeah.
especially with uh, Wagner getting hurt and Suggs getting hurt. A lot of pressure was upon Paolo, but Bain is definitely going to help those guys. It's an
Hmm.
upgrade from KCP and Cole Anthony for sure. So that was a
I'm not
huge
gonna
move.
lie. Real quick to chime in. With them getting Desmond Bain, I'm sure Franz Wagner's probably happy too.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. These is
Uh,
guys whose average a dub a game easily.
right.
So
That's what I'm saying. And then Franz, he's got a nice all around game, a lot
yeah,
of different intangibles. You know what I'm saying? He does a lot of setting up for them, and we seen it. I mean, night in night out when he was healthy, man. I'm like, this dude is.
yeah, he was cooking.
He was cooking like he was. And then I ain't gonna lie, he had a little bit of a clutch gene too. I noticed
Yeah,
a couple games. I'm like, okay, I see you.
yeah,
So I like what they doing. They got a nice three, nice solid three there.
mhm,
In Orlando. Man, I'm just excited, man, for basketball, man. Like,
yeah. It's gonna be a lot
this
of good
time of the
games.
year, you start getting fall, around
Yep,
Halloween time and all that. It's basketball season. Right back to it.
absolutely, absolutely. Well, moving right along, the New York Knicks, Carl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson looking
Zesty
to
ass. I'm
lead.
sorry, I had to say it.
Yeah,
We call that boy a zest master.
yes. They lead looking to lead the Knicks to the NBA Finals after they lost short in the conference finals to the Indiana Pacers. The Knicks record, they were 51-31. They were third in the East this past year. They have a new coach this year. The Tom Thibodeau era is over, and Mike Brown is the new head man in New York. Mike Brown's record. He's coached a lot of legends, a lot of Hall of Famers in his career.
I fuck with
Like
Mike Brown.
he's
Always
coached
have.
Kobe, he's coached LeBron early in his career. He was
Mhm.
just coaching Sacramento a couple years ago, got them back into the playoff picture.
Right.
Um, you
Excuse me.
know, uh, Jalen Brunson, he was the Kia Clutch Player of the Year this past year. He averaged 26 points and 7.3 assists. Carl Anthony Towns was a huge addition for these guys. That he helped. He had a hell of a season after he was traded in a swap for Julius Randle. OG Ananobi, Mikael Bridges, and Josh Hart formed a ferocious perimeter trio, locking down opposing wings and bringing toughness on both ends of the floor. With the core lock for the foreseeable future, the Knicks appear well positioned to remain in the title conversation. They re-signed Mikael Bridges to an extension.
Mhm.
Uh, Key additions for them, they added Jordan Clarkson from Utah and Gershon Yabusele. Um, for the free agents they did lose, Precious Achua, Campaign, PJ Tucker, and DeLon Wright. They lost those guys. But what do you see the Knicks competing this year? Do you see them finally get into the NBA Finals, or will they fall short once again?
I'm gonna be honest. this could be the year for them. I mean,
I think so.
this would be the year where I could see it happening,
I think
especially
so.
with the injuries and like we talked about depleted Eastern Conference.
Yeah.
You know what this kind of reminds me of? Not reminds me of, but
Hmm.
I remember when Mike retired the first time.
Yeah.
We were kids, and I'm old enough to remember this. And
Definitely.
I remember everybody was saying like, "Hey, the Knicks." You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
they were
They were
always
right
right
there in
there.
the
They were
mix.
right there. This particular time, they were always close, knocking at the door. This will be their year. This is the a great opportunity for them to go ahead and get there. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Big fan of Jalen Brunson. Been following him a long time.
Yes.
Even
Great.
though Carl Anthony Towns is a zest master. Um, you know, man's Kahoot. We know that. Like
Yeah.
he, what I'm saying, man's Kahoot. So
He can. He's nice. He
no,
know
he
he take
is.
that away from him.
Good pickup by them by getting Jordan Clarkson. That was a
Yeah.
really
I
good
think
pickup.
they needed some bench depth, a guy who
Yeah,
can get his shit off. You know what I'm saying? Jordan
yeah.
Clarkson. Every team he's been on, he's been a guy who can spark offense in
Hmm.
a quick fashion. A quick way. So I do see the Knicks being in the mix. I think they'll be top three team in the East.
Yeah,
For me, the X factor for them has to be Mikal Bridges. They gave up 5 first round picks for them, and there was talks this summer they were trying to get Giannis.
yeah.
And
I heard about that.
if Giannis would have went there, I think the Knicks would have easily got to the finals.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And I don't know about win it, but we know you give the Knicks, Giannis, Jalen Brunson, and a Karl Anthony Towns. That's a guaranteed 50 plus wins right there. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
easily.
So, but I do believe
Shit.
Mikal Bridges has to be the X factor. I'm not sure what offense they're gonna run under Mike Brown because I know with
Right.
Thibodeau they ran most of the offense through Jalen Brunson. But I think
Hmm.
playing under Mike Brown, point guards don't hold on to the ball, and you
You're gonna
seen
see a
that a
lot of
lot.
ball movement. They're gonna be
You
moving that
definitely
ball.
will. You definitely
Pause.
will. I think also OG Ananobi to me he's gonna have to be another X factor for them. Offensively, he had a
For
great
sure.
year. They're gonna have to you know put him in more pick and rolls and let him come off screens and hit mid range jump shots and just take over as well as Cat. Cat has to be more dominant. I'd love to see Cat
Yeah,
get back to how he was his first few years in Minnesota as more of a post up threat and not live with the 3 point shot as much
yeah.
because when he plays inside outside he's arguably one of the top three centers in the NBA.
I agree.
So
A
hopefully
thousand
he gets
percent.
back to that and we'll see where it goes from there. But I think the Knicks are gonna have a great year. I see them winning at least 50 games again. They'll
Yeah,
be in the mix right there with Cleveland and whoever else team that'll be. But I think them and the Cavs, without Tatum, Boston. I don't know where Boston will be, but I
yeah. No,
think
I don't
Cleveland
either.
and the Knicks will be one A, one B.
Yeah,
Um, the last team in the East I will speak on the Philadelphia 76ers. These guys, injuries on top of injuries.
I know
The Sixers enter the season with Joel Embiid, Paul George, Tyrese Maxey, and rookie point guard VJ Edgecombe and Jared McCain.
that boy
Uh,
from the
Yeah, he was looking like rookie of the year
he from
before
the
he got
cook
hurt last year.
boy.
Absolutely.
He from the cook. Yo, him and Ace Bailey about to be a
Yeah.
lot of fun to watch. I'm not
Very,
even gonna lie.
very much fun. The Sixers, their record was 24-58. They were 13th in the East. They missed the playoffs.
Yeah,
Paul George, Embiid, and Maxey, they only played 15 games together.
damn.
Joel Embiid missed 63 games. Paul George missed 41 games, and Maxey missed 30 games as they struggled to stay healthy. But as the 25-26 season approaches, the number one question in the city of brotherly love is can the big three avoid the injury bug?
I'm
Um,
gonna say no.
they re signed Andre Drummond. Justin Edwards, Eric Gordon, Quentin Grimes on a qualifying offer, Kyle Lowry, Kelly Oubre Jr. They drafted VJ Edgecombe with the third pick and Johnny Broom with 35th pick. They lost Gerard Butler, Ricky Council the fourth, Lonnie Walker, and Gershon Yabusile. Um, if healthy, do you see the Sixers making some noise this year?
I don't know what's going on in Philly. But I mean, it comes down to health. I really can't.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we
It's
can't
just
call it.
because Embiid.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, man. This dude one more injury away from just hanging it up. I'm
yeah.
just
I
being
think
real.
I think he's on the clock for sure. The
Yeah,
process been over for me. I don't.
I think Paul. Honestly, I
I'm
think Paul
over the
George should
process.
retire. Paul George
Yeah,
should retire, in my opinion. That's
I
just
agree with
me.
you on that.
He can go ahead and do a shout out to
Hmm.
podcast P and all that. I actually
Yeah,
rock with his podcast, but
I
he can
do
go
too.
ahead and you feel me. He can go ahead and do that.
Yeah, absolutely,
Like real talk.
absolutely.
Um, let my boy what's his name VJ,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He's gonna
Get
have a good year.
get the keys to him, man. Stop
Yeah,
playing. Just
him and
go ahead and get
McCain
him the
and
keys.
Maxey just build
Yep,
around them dudes. Like y'all done
I
had y'all
agree.
time. Paul George and Bede, y'all been great players throughout y'all
Let
career.
let the young bulls get in there.
Like, it's time to build
Go
around the
ahead.
youth. Like I don't see y'all doing much this year.
Old
I'm
as
gonna be
hell,
honest.
motherfucker. Wheelchair, you know what I'm saying?
Oh wow,
Walkers.
for real, for real, for real.
uh,
I think the X factor for them for me will be I do believe it'll probably be Jared McCain.
yeah,
Um, he was on his way to being rookie of the year last year. He tore his meniscus. He
damn.
averaged over 15 points per game through the first 23 games of the season. His first career start, he had 34 and 10, including 6 3-pointers. He had a meniscus tear in his knee in December that ended his season early, but
Yeah,
he is on pace to return to action when training camp opens. And if fully healthy, he can give fans another reason to tune in to Sixer games, as well as combining with Maxi and Edgecombe. Sixers do have makings of a young backcourt for years to come. So
I agree.
we shall see what takes place with this team. They're just a question mark in the air for me right now, but
Yeah.
season is a couple weeks away, so we shall see. Let's move on to the Western Conference, man. The Dallas Mavericks. A
Mm,
new era begins in Dallas as they moved on from Luka Doncic era. With them having the number one overall pick with Cooper Flag joining the Maverick squad, looking to make noise in the West. The Dallas Mavericks record past year, they were 39 and 43. They were 10th in the West. They lost in the playing tournament. Um, from June 24 to 25, Dallas Mavericks experienced a franchise altering year. One included
big
their
time.
first NBA Finals appearance in 13 years in June of last year, a stunning blockbuster trade in February, trading Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis, and ending up with the number one overall pick in Cooper Flag. So they had a crazy year the last few years, like last couple of
Hey,
years like that.
you know what I'm gonna say? You know what I'm gonna say? NBA think they slick, bro.
Yeah, that
They
was
ain't
rigged, bro.
fooling. They ain't fooling no fucking body, bro.
That was super rigged. I ain't gonna hold
Y'all ain't ruling no. Y'all is not fooling anybody with that,
you.
bro. We we already look,
We
bro.
saw that a mile away. Like
Yo,
you trade Luca and get the
we
number
knew
one
it's
overall
happening.
pick. That's
Ain't no
insane
way,
work.
bro.
Insane
Oh,
work.
it's crazy.
But
Hey,
fast
look, you know
forward,
what? Hey, look,
yeah,
well, real quick.
yeah, go ahead.
How come the Bulls can't have that type of luck, bro?
I mean, we did with D
We
Rose.
cursed, man. I'm right. I really feel like the Bulls are cursed, bro.
Yes,
That's how I really
these
feel.
draft picks we
I'm gonna
been
just
through.
leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that.
D Rose was the only luck they gave us. They was like, all right, we're gonna give y'all one at least.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't
And
know
we
what's gonna
messed that
happen
up.
next. Very much so. Let's see.
Did D Rose dirty.
Super dirty. All
Still
right.
mad about that.
As we fast forward, the Mavs will open training camp with a new franchise cornerstone in Duke superstar Cooper Flag, a deep front line headlined by Anthony Davis, and a new point guard in D'Angelo Russell. While Kyrie Irving recovers from last season's torn ACL, a renewed expectations to challenge for the playoffs in the deep Western Conference. This offseason, the Mavs re-signed Dante Exum, Daniel Gafford to an extension, Kyrie, Dwight Powell, P.J. Washington, and they added D'Angelo Russell, and obviously they drafted Cooper Flag. They lost Spencer Dinwiddie. He's now in Charlotte with the Hornets.
Mm-hmm.
But where do you see the Dallas Mavericks being in the mix in a tough Western Conference?
That's a good question. It's just I don't know because I don't know how long Kyrie's gonna be out.
Right. It's looking
Um,
like he might be back before the end of the first half of the season, so
okay. If we
possibly.
talking that, man, the Western Conference is a beast, bro. Oh my gosh.
It's,
I want to say six between like
yeah,
right around there. That
I
like
would probably say that.
yeah, I would say six just
I'll say
because
maybe 6, 7.
yeah, 6, 7, yeah, 6, 7. No, let me stop. My bad. You know, I work with the kids. They be doing that shit. That 6, 7 shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, yeah. So I think 6, 7 seed too. You know, especially getting Kyrie back. Got Kyrie come back. You already know when he come back.
Yeah.
That's when they gonna really
Yeah,
start to
they
like
gonna turn up for sure.
get those W's up. Try to move back into that playoff race. So yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure.
Absolutely.
6 seed for sure.
Definitely, definitely. We gonna see what happens with these guys. I think for them, the X factor has to be Anthony Davis. I think
Yeah.
him being moved from the Lakers. Um, I'm a Lakers fan. I did not want to see AD go. I thought we should have kept him, but if you could get Luca, you go get Luca. I ain't mad at
Yeah.
that. But
Right.
I think he's gonna have to take his game up another level, try to turn back into that New Orleans Anthony Davis we seen in the past, and lead this
Hmm.
team into a playoff berth. You know what I'm saying? Until Kyrie gets back on the court.
Right.
As well as I think Klay Thompson as well. We've been seeing Klay have some fun this summer. He got him
My man's
Megan Thee Stallion now, so
right, man. My man's been outside.
he out there getting fish and spaghetti plates and shit. Like we need to see that old Klay. Like
Oh, I'm
that's
crying.
that Golden State Klay. That's the Klay we need to
Thanks.
see.
No,
This
real,
team
no,
gonna
real
compete.
talk.
So if he could get back to
Fish,
that, like
man said fish and spaghetti
that
plates,
man
but
was
you not
tearing that shit
wrong.
up,
He was
bro. I
picking
ain't gonna
that
lie.
shit up on bro.
And she
I'm like,
probably can
man,
cook. No disrespect. Shout out to Megan,
right?
but
Yeah. He
like,
said, "Yo, shout out to
yeah,
Megan, bro."
we
Free
definitely
Tory,
gonna
fuck all
see.
that. No, sorry, let me stop. Let me chill. No, we ain't on that.
Yeah, definitely not. You go see what happens with the Mavs. But moving right
For
along,
real.
Denver Nuggets. They made some changes this offseason as well. They were 50 and 32, fourth in the West as they lost in the conference semifinals. Um, Nikola Jokic, man, this guy, bro. It seems like every year he's doing some incredible shit we've never seen. Like
Yeah,
the two-time MVP. We gonna see what happens, man. Bruce Brown, they brought Bruce Brown back.
glad they did
Tim
that.
Hardaway Jr., another shooter over there, and they made a trade for Brooklyn. They got rid of Michael Porter Jr. and they got Cameron Johnson. That I think was a sneaky
That
move
was
right there.
I like that trade a lot.
I love that trade. They added those guys to go along, Aaron Gordon and Jamal Murray. And they also got a backup veteran big man in Jonas Valanciunas, which I think was another
A sleeper
great
pick
move
that
for them.
nobody really talked about.
Yes,
I
he's
like
very
that pick.
serviceable.
Hmm.
So we're gonna see what happens with those guys. They moved on from Michael Porter Jr. Cam Johnson, he had a career average in getting 18 points a game. Adding Jonas Valanciunas, Tim Hardaway Jr. and Bruce Brown was with them when they won a championship back in 23. As well, furthering development of Christian Brown and Peyton Watson. The Nuggets have the necessary pieces to recapture the magic of their championship season. But where do you see the Nuggets ending up in the mix of the West this year?
I got them as a top 14.
Absolutely, I
Yeah, I mean,
agree.
because I mean, the moves they did, they literally addressed those
The
weaknesses that they
missing key
had.
pieces that they
Yeah,
need.
yeah, I got them as a top 14 for sure.
I agree. I definitely agree.
For real. How that
Um,
game looking over there?
it's looking like the Giants might score again. They got the ball
What?
with 10 minutes. Jackson Dart just is running around the field.
I'm not gonna lie. I know Eagles fans
Yeah,
might be a little worried right now.
it's up. The game is 2017. The Giants are up by three right now. So
What?
yeah, Jackson Dart is balling tight, bro. Ain't gonna lie.
Hey, shout out to Dart. Hey,
Uh, we
put him in there.
definitely.
We said that. We said put him in there. Let him
I've been
cook.
said they should. He should have been the starter from week
This
one.
you did say that. You
So
definitely said that.
get Russell Wilson as the fuck out
Get
of
him
there.
them. God in here.
Yeah,
Go
but
retire, little nigga. No, I was playing.
please do something.
I said do something.
Shit,
Get your ass off this
don't
field.
be the quarterback,
Oh, for real.
bro. But
Oh
we
man.
gonna move right on to the Golden State Warriors.
Yes.
Entering their first full season as a
It's my
duo,
second favorite team. Let's go.
Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry aim to bring Golden State another NBA title. Their record last year, they were 48 and 34. They were seventh in the West. They lost to the Minnesota Timberwolves in the second round. On February 5th, the Warriors were 25 and 25 and ninth in the West. They traded for Jimmy Butler. Jimmy obviously changed their season.
Hmm.
They finished the season on a 23 and 9 run, including a 22 and 5 record with both players in the lineup. Duo carried the Dubs to the number 7 seed with just 4 wins behind the second Houston Rockets and led the Warriors through the SoFi playing tournament before knocking off the Rockets in the first round battle that went the distance. Then Steph Curry strained his hamstring in game one, and the Warriors fell to the Timberwolves in 5 games. Despite the loss, the run proved that the Warriors championship window remains open, and the time is now. They finally gave Jonathan Kuminga his bread. He got a 2-year, $48 million extension. They brought back DeAnthony Melton. He had got hurt early in the season last year for
Hmm.
them. Gary Payton II, Quinton Post, and Guy Santos. They also added Steph Curry's brother, Seth Curry. He will now be playing with his bro for the first time. And veteran championship big man Al Horford. I think
That
that was
was.
a big.
Hmm.
They needed that. You
Yep.
know,
Big time.
they definitely needed an Al Horford on that team. They lost Kayvon Looney, veteran guy from them. I think he's in New Orleans now.
Yeah.
And
Shout
they
out to Kevon
drafted.
Looney though. Real
Yes,
talk.
he's been there since they were won the first championship.
Hmm.
But where do you see the Warriors in the mix of the tough West?
Uh, honestly, I see them in like I got them middle of the pack. I got them
Yeah,
in like, but
yeah,
it's all about injuries. That's
yeah.
what I'm gonna say.
If health is
Um,
a big thing for sure.
yeah, health is a big thing with them.
Absolutely.
I feel like if they're fully healthy, they're middle of the pack. I
Yeah, they're
just
gonna be right in the
that's pretty.
mix.
Yeah, they're gonna be right there.
I could see
Yeah,
them being between 5 and 7. I
yeah,
think they'll be better than the Lakers.
I agree.
Um, I
It's
don't
gonna be
see them
close
being
though.
better than the Clippers. I do believe the
Nah,
Clippers are gonna be very good this year.
yeah.
Um, Hopefully health can stay on their side. They'll be in the mix as well. But we're gonna move right on to the Houston Rockets. They got Kevin Durant this offseason as they
KD.
look to make a big deep run in the playoff picture. Rockets were second in the West with the 52nd, 52 and 30 record. They re-signed Steven Adams, Aaron Holiday, Jeff Green, Jabari Smith Jr. to an extension, Jay Sean Tate, and they lost Fred Van Fleet, but he also got an extension this offseason as well.
Yeah,
They brought back Clint Capella, veteran big man they had back in the James Harden era. KD obviously in the trade. They let go Dylan Brooks and what's the other dude they had? Who was their point guard
Damn, I forget
last
if they
year?
did like
Jalen Green. I
January.
couldn't
Yeah,
remember his name for a second. They also signed Dorian Finney-Smith from the Lakers and Josh
yeah,
Okogie.
solid pickup.
They they lost Cam Whitmore to a trade. He's now with the Wizards. Dylan Brooks, Jalen Green, Jock Landale, and Nafali Dante. Where do you see with the addition of KD? Where do you see the Rockets in the mix as well in the West?
I'm gonna be honest, sky's the limit with them. I mean,
I agree.
cause I mean, KD's coming over there like, all right, I ain't even. He don't even gotta. He
Yeah,
can really just really focus on scoring.
absolutely.
Um, and that's why I said the sky's the limit because he coming over like, all right, well, shit, all I gotta do is score.
Yeah, I
That's what
think
they
he has
needed.
to be
They
more of a
needed
vocal
that
leader,
score. Yeah,
especially with this team being so young. Like,
yeah,
I think he's going to be very, very impressionable on Amin Thompson. He's
yes,
going to
I agree.
really be a sponge and soak up some game from a guy like KD,
Yeah,
a future Hall of Famer.
and that's
So
only gonna help Thompson's game.
that's really what they needed, a closer. They didn't have that
Yeah,
in Dylan
they had
Brooks
it.
and
I agree.
Jalen Green. You know what I'm saying? Those guys were good, but they weren't great. You know what I'm saying? You
Jalen
get
Green, he just
KD.
so inconsistent. G,
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
he had that 38 point game, and it was nothing after that. Like, so you get a guy in KD who can average 27 to 30 a night.
I'm
You
putting
need
KD
that.
on. Look, I'm putting KD on every ticket.
You
You
know,
think I'm playing?
absolutely. If you got Sengun there, you got Mean there, you got Reed Shepard, you got Mean Thompson. Like, they got some
Mm,
key guys on that team. So
yeah,
we gonna see what happens. But moving right to the West, the LA Clippers. They added a lot of veteran talent this summer. They were fifth in the West. They lost in the first round to the Denver Nuggets in Game Seven. They were 50-32. James Harden was an All Star. Kawhi Leonard looked sharp in his return from the knee injury. Ibaka Subak and Norman Powell, they both had career years. They resigned Nicholas Batum and they gave an extension to James Harden. They brought in Bradley Beal from the Suns, John Collins in a trade, Brooke Lopez, and they brought back veteran Chris Paul. Uh,
man.
yeah, a lot of guys they brought in on this team. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens with this team. I really like the additions that they brought in. Collins, I think, was huge.
Yeah,
Not sure how Brooke Lopez will fit, but I think him and Zubac, that's gonna be a nice
they'll
duo.
try to figure it. Yeah, they'll
Yeah,
figure it
they're
out.
gonna figure him out in the mix. Ty Lue, he's gonna figure something out. But I
Yeah,
think Bradley Beal is gonna have a good year with this team.
I
You
agree.
know,
I was just about to say that. I
and
think
then you put him with a James Harden, and you got Chris Paul, and you got Kawhi. Like, they really can make some noise with this team.
that's yeah. That's what I'm saying. Yo, if they're healthy,
Yeah,
yo,
they
I
can
would
make some noise
not
in the
want to
West
play them in the playoffs
at all.
because they is
Definitely,
you got veteran experience and you got so much veteran experience.
yes,
But yeah, Bradley Bill's going to benefit the most for sure. I agree.
absolutely. Absolutely. I think Bradley Bill's gonna get back to that Wizards Bradley Bill we
Yeah,
seen.
yeah, I agree.
Obviously he didn't have his the last 2 years he spent in Phoenix was terrible. He dealt with a lot of injuries
Yeah,
and it just didn't work. Sometimes you put big threes together, him, Katie, and Devin Booker, that is, it didn't work.
yeah,
It's just like with Dame Lillard and Giannis, it didn't work. Sometimes you try to make superstar teams and certain players just don't fit with certain players. And I
yeah. You just
think
try
that
to just
trio,
yeah,
they were forcing it just because they were trying to compete with the OKCs and the Denvers and the
mm,
Minnesotas of the world and the Lakers, but
yeah,
it didn't work. But I think the Clippers are gonna have a good year. I could see them being top five in the West like they were last year.
for sure.
They're gonna make some noise for sure with the additions they got. But moving on to the next team in LA, the Los Angeles Lakers. They were 50-32. This past year, they were third in the West. They lost in the first round. LeBron James is going into his 23rd season. It's crazy to even think that. Like, we watched this man for 23 years and he's still playing at a high level. So, Luka Doncic, this will be his first full year as a Laker. They gave him an extension. Jackson Hayes as well. They brought in DeAndre Ayton from Portland, Jake
Mhm.
Lavia, and
Yeah, yeah.
Marcus Smart. They got Marcus Smart from the Wizards.
I like that pickup.
Um, yes, I think that's going to be key for them. Where do you see the Lakers in the mix in the West as well?
Mm, maybe 8, 7, 8, somewhere like around there.
Yeah, I think they'll be there. I don't know if
Maybe
they'll be 7, 8. They could probably be maybe a. It's going to be tough to say because it's tough. I don't know where
it's
they'll be, but they'll be
yeah,
in the
it's
playoffs.
so much competition. No, they're gonna be there. It's just
Yeah, it is tough.
where.
Yeah, where is the
That's the
question for
thing.
sure?
Where, right? Um, I personally really like the fact they got Marcus Smart.
Yeah, they needed another defending guard.
Yeah. He's gonna he's gonna get like he's gonna make a lot of big plays. That's gonna be game changers, like in game changers.
Absolutely.
That's what he does. Luca gonna do him. Brian gonna do him. This is Brian's 23rd year, so it's like,
Right.
you know, hey, Brian take nights off. He's allowed to do that. Like he's out for the rest of preseason. He's allowed to
Yeah.
do that. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? He's allowed. I'm not expecting to see Brian play in the preseason. For I mean, for what though?
And
You
they
know what I'm
said he's
saying?
gonna be out for the first 3 to 4 weeks. I did see that earlier today. So
It's all about rest. Hey,
yes, Luca just gonna have to
he could
pick
do
it
that.
up and turn up. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Hey,
you
you
gotta
know,
see that
Luca.
Dallas Finals Luca this year. Like,
Right. You
he's
know,
back in
hey,
shape.
right. He back in shape.
Man, you gotta be the Luca you were in Dallas,
Yeah,
bro. Like, that's
yeah.
what they brought you to LA for. You're a superstar.
Man's gonna come out putting MVP
You
numbers
gotta
up. I already know.
absolutely, absolutely. Let's see what we got
See
here.
you locked to that game over that shit. Probably
Yeah,
good. I gotta
I'm trying to
watch
see
that
what the hell
game.
Jalen Hurts is doing. The
Oh, don't.
Giants are up 10 right now. It's 27
Wow.
17. So I don't know. They might fuck
Ooh
around and lose
wee.
it, but we shall see. Moving on to the next team in the West, we got the Memphis Grizzlies. The centerpiece is John Moran and Jaren Jackson are back as the Retool Grizzlies look to make another run. They were 48 and 34 in the West, eighth in the West. They lost in the first round, got swept by OKC. They also fired their coach Taylor Jenkins. He was the franchise winningest coach. He was fired with 9 days remaining in the regular season, and they ended up in the eighth seed,
Yeah,
getting
I'm
into the
so done.
playoff picture. Yeah, that was kind of crazy. John Moran averaged about 23 points, and Jaron Jackson Jr. averaged 22, as well as Desmond Bain with 19. They resigned Aldama. Jaron Jackson got an extension, and Cam Spencer. They added Kate Contavious Caldwell Pope, Ty Jerome, and Jock Glandell. In the draft, they got Cedric Coward, Javon Small, and Jamal Mashak. They lost Marvin Bagley the third, Desmond Bain in the trade, Orlando, Jay Huff, Luke Kennard, and Lamar Stevens.
Mm.
Um, I'm not sure about the Grizzlies. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really see them
They about to be
doing
ass.
much.
Let's just
Yeah,
keep
they
it
about
real.
to be extra mid this year. Like I don't know. I don't see them making
Uh,
no noise in the West. Like
nah, they ain't no shit, bro.
they
They not
gotta
about to
get
do
Josh
nothing.
some help. They gotta do something, bro. Like
Hmm.
him and Jaron Jackson ain't enough. Like,
No.
and then you lose Desmond Bain, a guy who averaged 23. Like
All
that's
right,
who
that's
you
what I was about to
lost.
say. That's a
So
lot of points per
that's a
game
lot of points
that
you
you
losing
lost.
to get a KCP. He's not a scorer like that. So it's
No,
like
he's not. What does he average like? Not even 10 a game, right?
he averaged probably like 7 points a game. Like that's not gonna cut it. And you trying to beat OKC, Minnesota, and Denver. Like
Mm-mm.
uh,
Nah.
that ain't gonna cut it. But
Cooked. Your ass is cooked.
they super cook. They gotta do something.
No facts.
Definitely.
For real.
Moving right along, let's go to the Minnesota Timberwolves. They were 49-33. They were sixth in the West. They lost in the conference finals to OKC. Julius Randle upped his game in a big way to average 21 points on a 50% shooting during the playoffs. While Andy Edwards nabbed his third All Star nod in a career best campaign, but the T Wolves proved to be the third victim of the Thunder's title run, falling just shy of the finals for the second straight year.
Mm,
They resigned Bones Island, Joe Ingles, Julius Randle, and Nas Reed. They drafted Joan Buringer with the 17th pick. They lost Nikhil Alexander Walker in a sign and trade to the Atlanta Hawks, and Luke Garza and Josh Minot. I do see them being in the mix. I will see them being a top three team. They'll be right there with OKC and
mm-hmm.
Denver all
I
year.
agree.
Obviously, the X factor is going to be Anthony Edwards. I did see he said in on another podcast that he wants to average at least 30 this year. I think he said him and Michael Jordan had a conversation. He was trying to
I
get
seen
some
that.
info on how to be more of a mid range threat instead of just shooting threes. You know, he did have a great year shooting three,
Yeah.
but where do you see the Timberwolves finishing this year?
That second seed, second, third seed
Yeah, I see
for
them
sure.
right up there with OKC for sure.
Anthony Edwards is another guy. I actually was talking to one of my friends earlier about going to Minnesota to watch him play.
Yeah.
Um, Great talent. I like the fact that he did actually reach out to Mike.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
we know Mike. Mike don't just. He's not gonna
Well, give
just
anybody info. Yeah.
right. So Anthony Edwards. I mean, I could definitely see him averaging 30, especially he
Oh yeah.
takes that advice and because dude, he started hitting mid range. He's gonna be
Yeah.
unguardable. He's gonna be unguardable.
Bro, when he gets underway, bro,
Yeah,
he's one of the players
and that
that's hard
screen
to
and roll
stop.
that he could just for the
Absolutely.
mid range, that's gonna be unguardable, man. That's
Absolutely.
gonna be
He's one of my
unguardable.
favorite players to watch. I do see Minnesota being right there with Denver and OKC.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if they'll get to the finals this. I don't know if this will be the year, but they
Yeah,
stand a chance because the West is tough. Every year the
it is
West
tough.
gets tougher, and they just gotta get over the hump. You know,
Yeah,
OKC is the team to beat right now. SGA, he's the MVP, and Jalen Williams and Chet and those guys over there, they are a problem. So
yeah.
until
I got
somebody knocks
OKC
them
going back to
off,
the finals though, low key.
yeah, I can see that. I think it's between. I wouldn't sleep on Denver either, bro, because Denver
No,
made some
no,
moves that
yeah,
really is gonna help Jokic and Jamal Murray. You know, getting Tim Hardaway, getting Cam Johnson, another shooter and a defender, and bringing Bruce Brown back, a guy that's won with that team just a couple years
right.
back. You know, they gonna need that. But the New Orleans Pelicans, they made some moves this summer. They were 21-61 last year. They missed the playoffs. A lot of injuries for this team. Obviously, Zion Williamson every
Mm-hmm.
year is a new injury story with him. He missed 52 games. Jonte Murray missed about 51. Trey Murphy the third, he missed about 29. And CJ McCollum, they all missed extended time. They traded Brandon Ingram to the Toronto Raptors and at the trade deadline. And they finished bottom five in both offense and defensive rating. This summer they re-signed Herb Jones to an extension. They added Sadiq Bey, Kayvon Looney, and they made a trade for Jordan Poole.
Mm-hmm.
They drafted Jeremiah Fears with the
Shout
seventh
out to
pick from
Jeremiah
Oklahoma.
Fears, man. That boy about to cook.
Yeah, he nice,
He's nice. Yes, he about to
very
cook.
nice. Also Derek Queen with the 13th
Yes,
pick
great
and
pickup.
Micah Peavy. Um, Departures they lost Brandon Boston Jr., Bruce Brown, CJ McCollum. I believe CJ is now in Washington with the Wizards.
Watch, yeah.
Kelly Olynyk and Antonio Reeves. Um, Zion is in shape this year.
Ozempic, no, it's playing.
Really. Um,
No, I ain't gonna lie. He looked good in his first game though.
yeah, he did. I did see that the other night.
This is what I'm gonna say. I actually like what the I like what the Pelicans did a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
sure.
they're gonna be sneaky good, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they got a nice team.
Look, Zion stay healthy and just
Stay
stay
the
on the straight and
course.
narrow.
Yes,
That's a team that's gonna be a lot of fun to watch. I'm trying to tell
absolutely.
you. Um,
They can make some noise because
nah,
Dejounte, he's
for
healthy. If he can stay healthy and be the Dejounte of how he was when he was with the Spurs or even in Atlanta, like
yeah.
he could be, they
I
could do
think
some things.
Javante, um, his presence, he's gonna help out Jeremiah a lot.
Absolutely.
Um, and then what's my boy name? McQueen. Getting him,
Yeah,
that was a good pickup.
definitely agree.
I'm just thinking about. I'm like, man, I can't. I'm actually looking forward to see them like play.
Yeah,
Just let them just
me
play and
too.
just run. You know what I'm saying? Just
Absolutely.
let them go. Just let the
Absolutely.
young guys go.
For
Um,
sure, for sure.
but yeah, no. I once again they're in the Western Conference, so
Mhm.
if they was in the East, it'd be a little different.
Yeah, they could
It'd be
probably be
different
an
if they was in
easy
the East,
playoff team for sure.
right? But the West is too deep. But they will be fun to watch for
I
sure.
agree. I agree. We got two more teams to go. We got the San Antonio Spurs. Can the two most recent Rookie of the Year winners help the Spurs get back to the playoffs? Spurs were 34 and 48 as they missed the playoffs, even with Victor Wembanyama shut down on February 20th because of a deep vein thrombosis diagnosis. The Spurs were right in the right. Damn, they were steps in the right direction
Hmm.
as they bumped their win total by 12 compared to the season prior, as Wemby became an All Star for the first time. They also acquired the Aaron Fox at the trade deadline, and despite missing out on the playoffs for the sixth straight year, the San Antonio Spurs realized its core of the future, pairing key rookie of the year Stephon Castle with Fox and Wemby in the starting five. But it was also the end of a legendary era. Greg Popovich, the NBA's all-time winningest coach, he finally stepped down after 29 years at the helm.
Shout out to Pop.
Shout out to Pop, man, one of my favorite people in the NBA.
Yeah,
Definitely top five coach ever.
I agree.
Uh, he's leaving the franchise under Mitch Johnson's guidance as it seeks to translate young talent to winning ways. This summer, they re-signed Bismack Biyombo. They gave De'Aaron Fox an extension and Jordan McLaughlin. They added Luke Cornett from the Boston Celtics, Kelly Olynyk in the trade, and Lindy Waiters III. They drafted my dog Dylan Harper, the second pick, and Carter Bryant with the 14th pick.
Damn, I forgot
Uh,
Dylan Harper down there. Oh
yes,
my
Dylan
God,
Harper is down with them.
they about to be a problem, bro. Oh my gosh,
Absolutely.
because
It's
I'm already a fan of Castle, and then you
yes.
got Victor,
Yep.
and then De'Arian. Hopefully he can stay healthy and everything like that.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a
So
man. That's
they
a
gonna be a
team. They
problem, bro.
young, but they scary, man.
They gonna get up and down the court for sure.
Yes, they gonna
I
be
think
tiring a lot of teams out, man.
I think this is Wimby's year to be. I think Wimby is gonna win Defensive Player of the Year this year, and I think he'll be an MVP candidate as well.
I agree,
We feel that
a
way.
thousand percent.
I did see he was working out with Hakeem Olajuwon this summer, getting his post game.
Oh, okay.
So that could be very scary for the league, bro. Like
Footwork about to be crazy.
super crazy. Like that kid is very. He's gonna be the face of the league, and I
Oh
would
yeah,
say I'll give it maybe another year or two. Like
real
he's on
quick.
a
Yep.
trajectory easily. Like
Yep.
he could shoot the three. He has point guard ball handling skills. Like he can post up. He can
He's an
turn around
alien, bro. I've said that. He's an
and block
alien.
your shot in the crowd. His game is crazy, bro. Like
The man's an alien, bro.
he
Like
is. They call
real
him the
talk.
alien for a reason.
Yeah, for real.
Absolutely. Oh wow, it's looking like Jackson Dart just got hurt.
What?
Oh man, yes, he just hit helmet to helmet.
Yo.
Russell Wilson is now entering the game, y'all.
Ah. Sorry, Giants
The
fans.
Eagles are down 27-17, and I do believe
Oh,
uh
they how much time left in that game?
third quarter is about 2:17 left, so we're gonna see what happens here. But I think the Eagles gonna come back and win this.
The Eagles definitely gonna come back now. For sure.
Absolutely. But
They about to lock in.
yes. The last but not least, the 2025 NBA Finals champions, the Oklahoma City Thunder. With every key piece returning from a dominant title run, can OKC become the first repeat champs since the Golden State Warriors? They were 68 and 14, first in the West all year. They won the championship. A historic season for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, earning MVP honors while leading the Thunder to a second consecutive top seed in the Western Conference and wrapping up the season with the franchise first NBA title in the OKC era. Most were saying that is Shea the greatest Thunder of all time, maybe surpassing Russ or even Kevin Durant. That's yet to be determined, but most people would say that are Thunder fans. The Thunder set a plethora of records on their way to a title and now begin the tough task of becoming the first NBA repeat champion since the Warriors did it in 17 and 2018.
Mm,
Basically, they had a lot of money to go around this summer. Shea got
mm-hmm.
$300 million. He got his extension. Chet Holmgren got about 200 plus. Jalen Williams as well, and the other Jalen Williams. They
They
drafted
all
Thomas
got paid.
Silver, yes, and Brooks Barnheiser. So, do you see OKC repeating, or do you see another team dethroning them in the West?
I see them running it back and winning again.
I agree.
Um,
I agree.
yeah, I see them. I see them repeating.
Definitely repeating. It's not going to be easy. Like I said,
Definitely
Denver
not.
got better, and a couple other
Hmm.
teams. You know, KD now being in Houston. That's going. to
That's
they'll be
gonna, yeah, they're gonna
nice.
cause a problem.
The Clippers. They got better, so it's going to be interesting to see. But I do feel Jalen Williams. He is their X factor as he's ascending on stardom of a superstar, entering his fourth year.
Yeah,
He also got his first All Star appearance. He was All NBA third team and All Defensive second team. He increased his scoring with 21 points and 5 assists. Um, he had a 40-point eruption in Game 5 of the NBA Finals where he became a household name. And just at 24 years of age, he still has room to get better. So
yeah.
it's going to be interesting to see with this team. But let's see what we got here. What is the start and second day? 1 second. Uh, who do you see as rookie of the year this year? I'm just gonna name a couple names real quick. We got VJ Edgecombe, Dylan
Mm.
Harper, Cooper Flag, and Ace Bailey.
I'm gonna go with Ace Bailey. I'm really rooting for that kid, man.
Yeah, I would agree.
I'm really rooting for him.
I would
I'm gonna
agree.
go with Ace Bailey.
I would agree for
That's who
sure.
I'm going with
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Ace Bailey as well. I think it's gonna be between Ace and Cooper Flag.
for sure.
I do feel like Cooper, he's gonna get a chance to score. I think he could average about maybe 12 to 15 this year. I think
Mm.
I see Ace Bailey getting about around the same, but I think he could get about 17 a game. I could see that being his
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
points per
17.
game as well. With
Yeah,
Larry Markkinen, and they just got what's the other dude they got? Colin Sexton. They let
sucks.
him
Yeah,
go. I forgot, but they do got some young talent on that team. Keyonte George is
Camden
another young
George.
guy
Yeah.
on that team. He's solid as well. But who else we got here? Let's get into some NFL talk before we wrap it up. There was
Okay.
a trade earlier this week. Joe
Yes, it was.
Flacco. Super Bowl veteran champ quarterback. He is now a Cincinnati Bengal as they moved on from him from Cleveland. He was traded for a fifth and sixth round pick. Um, the Bengals obviously are out with Joe Burrow being down right now. He might not be back until December.
Mm.
Jake Browning is not doing the job, so they had to go get
Ash.
some um, a serviceable quarterback with some championship experience. You know, Joe Flacco is a Super Bowl MVP quarterback, and
Yeah.
you know, what's your take on this trade? Do you think the Bengals keep their season alive, or do you think they'll falter?
Desperation, first of all.
For
They
sure.
had to. I mean, what's your boy? What's his name? Bubba Dub. That's
Oh
his
yeah,
name, right?
Bubba Dub. Yeah, Bubba Dub.
You
Shout out
already
Bubba
know what he would say
Dub.
about your boy Browning. Trash.
Trash.
You
For
know what
sure.
I'm saying? Boy, trash.
Super
Um,
trash.
but yeah, I'm sure my boy who's that Chase and
T.
what's the other?
Higgins.
I know they happy because they're like, look, we just need a quarterback, get us the ball.
Oh
You know
God.
what I'm saying?
That's all we
Like
need. Just
they
get
like,
us the
look,
ball, bro.
just yo, just throw us the ball. We gonna take care of the rest.
We're gonna get busy.
That's literally right. That's literally
For
what it
sure.
is. So I know they're probably the two happiest right now,
Definitely.
in Cincinnati. But no, this move needed to be made. You know,
Yeah.
the
We need the
Bengals
ball.
acted quickly because they
Hmm.
they knew they had to do something. They're like, okay, well,
Yeah.
we don't have anybody else, so let's go
Burrow
ahead
ain't
and make
here,
this
so
move.
gotta
Right.
do something. All baseball fans out there, the Cubs are winning 3-0 right now in the
Oh,
top of the
nice.
fifth.
Okay.
So hopefully
It's
we stay
crazy.
alive.
Hey, I just want to throw this out there because I was at the game last
Yeah.
night.
Mhm.
There was a couple Cubs fans that they didn't sound too optimistic about tonight,
Right.
and
Right.
I'm like, man, because they were like, well, we don't know, and I told them, I said, you never know,
Mhm.
like you never know. Baseball, one thing I noticed with
Baseball is a up
baseball
and
is
down thing.
yeah, and then I don't know, I'd be looking at outside factors. I'm like, man, you never know, they might come back. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And all honesty, man, like it would be good to see them, go as far as they can,
Mhm.
just because of what's going on, like in the city right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that. You know what I'm saying? But
It's a
those
lot of
who, yeah,
crazy shit going on in
yeah, those
Chicago.
who know it's going on. It's a lot going on out here in Chicago, man. So,
Absolutely.
um, I am a White Sox fan, but I'm a Chicago fan. So
Right.
I'm rooting for the Cubs, man. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the
Absolutely.
Cubs. I hope they hold on and win it to extend the series.
Absolutely.
So I just want to go ahead and put my little 2 cents in that
Yes.
real quick because
Go Cubs, go. I'm a North Sider, born and raised, and I'm riding with the
yes,
Cubs
you are. Yep,
until the wheels fall out. So hopefully they get this one tonight and continue this series.
bro.
But
That atmosphere was crazy, bro. I just want to say that
yeah,
that
I
atmosphere
did
was
see. I
crazy
seen.
last night.
I seen it. It looked
It
dope
was
out
yeah, it was lit, bro. That's all I'm saying.
for sure. But last topic of the night, let's get into this week's Bears Commanders. Hopefully the Bears are they will be on the road once again, playing in DC. They will be on the road on a Monday night game. So this will be a Monday night football game for the Bears. This will be the second meeting of last year's number one and number two overall picks, Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels.
I've been waiting
Last
to talk
week,
about this.
um, they beat who did they beat last week? The Chargers. Yeah. The Commanders
Chargers.
did beat the Chargers last week. And the Bears did win their last previous game against the Raiders, 25-24 as well. The week before they beat the Cowboys, so they are 2-2 through 6 weeks of football. What's your predictions for this game? Obviously, last
We
year when we
winning.
played,
We
uh,
winning.
yeah, I
We are
hope
winning
so.
Sunday.
I hope we
No, is
do.
it Sunday or Monday? It's Monday. Is it Monday?
Monday. Yes,
It's a
Monday
Monday
night
night
game.
game, right?
Yes, Monday night. Yep.
Monday night game. We're gonna
Yeah.
win.
Yeah.
We are winning.
I
I
hope
I
we
feel
do.
I feel confident. I feel
I do too.
confident.
I do too.
Yeah, I feel
I,
extremely confident.
I think we got a chance for sure.
Yeah. Um, this is the revenge game. Um,
Definitely.
I'm sure it's no secret. I already
Mm,
know they had this game circled on their calendar too.
absolutely,
With how
absolutely.
things went last year, I
Mhm.
remember, I remember being so hyped up. I had my Caleb Williams jersey on.
Yeah,
I was lit. I was like, yeah, we about to do it. That last play,
bro, I
I'm
was so
not
fucking
even
mad.
going to lie.
I was so mad that
I
game.
was like, what just happened? But that was,
Yeah,
what people say,
typical
bear's gonna
Bears
bear.
fashion.
Bear's gonna bear, you know. Bear's
Typical
gonna
Bears
bear.
fashion. Shit was crazy, man.
But we taking a dub for sure Monday night.
Yeah,
Prime
I
time, yeah,
think
we taking that.
this is gonna be a great game. I think this is gonna be a test. Probably our toughest game of the year so far. I don't
Hmm.
see this being a cakewalk.
No.
I do see this probably being a shootout. I think both teams they score very high. Both of these teams
Hmm.
put up at least over 20 points a game. It says right now the Commanders are for a minus 4.5 favorite in this game. So I think the over under is 49.5. So for all you people
Sound
out
about
there
right.
betting, um, yeah, man, I think this game could go either way. This could be a trick game, or this could be a blowout, or it could be a close game. But I do think this is a game for Caleb to show why he was the number one pick and to
Hmm.
prove to the city, and not only just to Chicago, to himself and his teammates and
Yeah.
Ben Johnson and uh that whole organization over there, that he can be the leader and lead us to another win Monday night. So hopefully he does that. Jaden Daniels had just came back from injury, so he did look good on Sunday against the Chargers. They got a win. Um, I do think that they probably need to try to make a move at the running back position.
Yeah, I
I
agree.
did see today that they're interested in Brees Hall from the Jets.
I
I
seen that.
think that would be a great addition. Brees Hall is a guy who can get out and get extra yardage. I do feel we need more of a speed burst type of running back to go alongside Caleb in the back.
I'd be making the calls right now.
Yeah, I like DeAndre Swift, but I feel like he's not getting the job done. He's not big. He's
No,
not the guy he was in Philly.
no, he not.
Like so. But I do love what I've seen out of Dunze this year. I think he has 3 touchdowns on there already.
That boy
Cole
cooking.
Kmet and DJ. I think we got to get DJ more involved
Yeah, we do.
this next week.
Honestly, I may cut you off. DJ Moore is gonna be the X factor.
Absolutely,
I think DJ's gonna have a big game Monday night. That's what I personally believe.
I agree.
I think DJ's gonna
I
have a
agree.
good game Monday night. For
I
real.
agree. I definitely agree. But it's gonna be a good game, man.
For
I
sure.
think it's 2 Monday night games this week.
I believe it is.
I think
All I
Buffalo and
all I know
Atlanta
is I'm
as
off
well.
Monday. I got 3-day weekend coming up.
Yeah,
So
likewise, likewise.
I'm trying to figure out where I'm gonna watch the game at Monday night. So
Yeah, I haven't decided on that yet.
let
But
me know. Hit me up. Let me know you
for
trying to
sure,
watch the game. You know what I'm saying? Try to figure something out.
bet for sure,
Cause that's gonna
definitely.
that's gonna be one of the ones Monday.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game.
For
I
real.
can't wait to see it. Go Bears, bear down. We gonna
Bear down.
hopefully we get this dub and come back to the rack and go from there. But appreciate you guys for tuning in with us
Appreciate
tonight.
y'all.
We will be back next week. I know pre NBA preseason is winding down.
Hmm.
Season starts in 2 weeks. First games of the season, I believe, is OKC versus Houston and the Warriors versus the Lakers. Those are going to be two good games to start the year.
For sure.
You'll see KD versus SGA, and then got Steph Curry versus Luca and LeBron. So definitely tap in. I think those games are going to be on NBC. As you know, the NBA is no longer on TNT anymore. They are now NBC and Peacock.
That shit gonna be weird as hell.
Yeah, it is super weird. And ESPN. Inside the NBA crew, they'll be on ESPN now as well. So that's gonna be weird seeing
That's
them.
gonna be weird,
So
bro.
It's a whole.
Shit's
I seen
insane.
the other night. I was watching the Bulls Cavs game. Carmelo Anthony and T Mac were broadcasting, so
That's crazy.
that was dope to watch.
No, no, it is. Yo, that just yo,
Super
I feel
dope.
old, gang. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
lie.
it is crazy. Super.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Also, tomorrow night is game 4 of the WNBA Finals. Will this be the last game of the year? For the Mercury, I believe Sasu Sabali, she got hurt last night. She
I
was
seen
supposed to
that. Yep,
play.
she got hurt.
She got a concussion, so she'll be out
Mm,
for tomorrow's game. Jackie Young has been balling. Asia
she
Wilson,
has.
she's having an obviously she's the MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. Will this be their third championship in the last 3 years?
I think so.
I think they're gonna get the job done and get the sweep. I do got the Aces winning the championship, and we shall see what happens, man. But make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Hope
Appreciate y'all.
everybody's having a great week and have a safe and happy weekend. Be safe out there. Don't do a crime. Stay out of dark alleys and
Facts.
stay focused.
Hey, be safe and stay dangerous. It's real shit.
Absolutely. All right, y'all
For
be
real.
nice. Peace out.
Peace.